We had multiple users cash out parlays of plus 1,000, plus 2,000, plus 3,000 odds using our confidence score for the NFL Week 11, including some family members of mine who cashed out plus 700s and up. Now, unfortunately, my game picks are only 8-6 from last week, not to the standard of the 70% win rate I was looking at coming into last week. But my player props went 9-3, and I'm looking to build and rebound for the NFL Week 12. For Thursday Night Football, this one's pretty cut and dry for me. I know that the Bills are on this short week here, but the Texans are facing the same thing, albeit at home. The Texans might be CJ Stroud, might be Davis Mills. Even if CJ Stroud is back, I like the Bills to win this game. Now, if Stroud is back, I do think that 5.5-point line gets a little bit more in jeopardy, but if it's Davis Mills, give me the Bills minus 5.5. I think you can even tease it up to minus 6.5 and get this at plus 120, plus 130 odds here. Now, as far as the over-under, I'm probably going to stay away from that, but a player to watch is Dalton Schultz. The Bills have struggled to guard the tight end position last week. They did really well against K-Dot, but Baker really wasn't looking his way, and Baker was off throwing the ball. I expect, especially if it's Davis Mills, to blanket, or pepper, I should say, Dalton Schultz with targets while they try to blanket Nico Collins and some of these other receivers. I like Dalton Schultz going higher than 4.5 receptions, and if you want a little under here, it could be Joshie Poo Allen lower than 19.5 pass completions. Seattle is going to come out and handle business against Tennessee. Now, this line earlier was 12.5. I already hopped all over it and shared it in the Discord. This line is just magnificent because there's no way the Titans can hang in this game with the Seahawks. Darnold is going to be looking to rebound. This entire Seahawks offense is going to be looking to rebound after a very tough game last week against the Rams. I think an interesting angle here, unless the Seahawks can hang 35 points on the board, is looking at the lower 40.5 in this game, because these are two very good defenses. Cam Ward's not doing anything, and a player for me to watch is the Tennessee Titans' Tony Pollard, lower than 59.5 rushing yards. Unless he breaks a big one kind of early on in that first half of the game, I think there's no way he touches this line. So those are the two angles I'm taking. I'm taking the Seahawks, and I'm taking Tony Pollard lower than 59.5 rushing yards at a confidence score of 0.54. Make sure you guys are coming back for all of my videos. This every Monday night is the games picks video. On Tuesday, I'm going to put out Thursday night football picks. Wednesday, it's all about touchdowns, baby. A touchdown almost for every single game. Thursday will be our Sunday night football video. And then on Friday, I will be putting out our Monday night football video, plays for every day of the week. It might as well be Christmas. The fact that my 8-2 Colts are 3.5 point, I get it on the road, dogs here, just speaks to the disrespect that we have been receiving all season. Now, I'm not one of these people that's we and us and stuff. I know I'm not on the team, but they're my team, you know? I'm a fan. I root for them hard. I watch every single one of their games. I haven't missed a game since Peyton's rookie year. I think I was like 8 years old, all right? So forgive me if I say we here, but either way, I digress. Rant aside here, fandom aside, I'm a little surprised at this line, to be honest. Now, am I confident Daniel Jones goes into Patrick Mahomes' house and wins the game, a game in which the Chiefs need to desperately need a win. They need it way more than the Colts need it. Agreed. You're never going to debate that. But I'm just surprised to see the line set this way. Either way, I got to stay on brand. Give me the Colts at a plus 162 right now. And a player to watch is none other than Patty Mahomes. I'm going to have to take a look at his passing attempts, his completions. I do think he has a chance to exceed, especially that passing completions line. And I actually haven't even pulled it up. Maybe I should do that while we're live on stream here, while I'm recording this video, I should say. But I do like his longest pass completion, higher than 38.5 yards there as well. But while we're here, oh, well, that's why you can't find it, because they're not out yet. So as soon as they're out, I'm going to be taking a look at that. Hop into the Discord if you want to know where I land on that and get access to that play. Link will be pinned below. The Ravens are on a run. Lamar is back, although he didn't look great against Cleveland. That's probably because it's Cleveland and their defense is strong, and Myles Garrett was literally ruining his life. But the Ravens are going to win. This is an easy one. Give me Lamar. I think you can look at his passing yards. I think you can look at his rushing and passing yards combined. I'm going to be all over the Ravens this week. Next, the Bears have the Steelers at home. I've gotten the Steelers right once out of maybe 7 times this year. I'm going to take the Bears here. I'm a believer. I'm a bear lever. Did you like that? No? That's fine. I didn't really like it either, but I was proud of thinking it on the spot. All right. I was proud of myself here. So the Bears are winning. Do I think they're winning by 3 points? Yes, I do. And the player to watch is going to be Caleb Williams. It's going to be on his shoulders. Now, Mason Rudolph might start at quarterback. They're saying that Aaron Rodgers might have fractured his wrist. I believe it's his non-throwing wrist, but he's also 48 years old, so that those things don't heal as quick as they used to. So I'll take the Bears to beat Mason Rudolph, even though TJ Watt's going to be there wreaking havoc. Give me the Bears in this game, -3. I'm coming into a New England game, and the first thing I'm saying is not Drake May, and that's not to disrespect Drake May. He has been absolutely phenomenal on the season, and I do think New England wins this game, and yeah, I think they win by over 7.5. But the player to watch for me is TreVeyon Henderson. The man has burst onto the scene, flying up and down the field, showing off that speed that got him drafted where he was. I like TreVeyon Henderson to get in the end zone this week. I like that we're getting at a decent playable odds here. I'm going to wait and see what other books release it, and maybe there's one that's a little bit better. Maybe even we get a -135. But even if we don't, just take TreVeyon Henderson and take the Patriots to win in this game, and that's a sweet little 2-man plus odds parlay. We've got Minnesota traveling to Green Bay here, and the man I'm looking at is J.J. McCarthy to stay lower than 205.5 passing yards. Here's his road splits in his short career. I get it. It's a small sample size, but he threw for 143 yards. So if you're a betting man like I know you all are, as am I, then maybe he throws for 143 yards again. Now, this is a game script that's going to favor him. He's probably going to be behind the entire game here. I do think that the Green Bay Packers are able to win this game at home. Who knows what the weather's going to be like? It's too early to tell on that. But give me the Packers -6.5, and I'll take J.J. McCarthy lower than 205.5 passing yards. I know there's a lot of injuries coming into this game too. I don't think there's any that will impact the outcome of this game. I'll take the Packers -6.5. The Lions, Dan Campbell, after a loss, they're going to be heated. You know Dan Campbell was unhappy walking into that locker room. That was a game in prime time against the Eagles that he wanted to win, and they just couldn't get it done. Now, they were on the road, hostile environment, bad weather, Jared Goff, California kid. You get it. He's not going to play as well on the outside in the elements as he will in home sweet home dome, which he's back in against the Giants at home, 10.5-point favorites. Give me the Lions -10.5. Jared Goff's going to have a big game. He's going to throw for buku yards. If he's on your fantasy team, he's probably a great start that week. Should throw for 2, 3, maybe even 4 touchdown passes here. That means I like Jahmyr Gibbs. I like Amon-Ra for maybe 2+ even in this game. We'll have to see what the status of Sam Laporta is, but give me the Lions in this one. As I mentioned in the video, we had multiple users cashing out +1,000 and up parlays this weekend using our app for NFL, NBA, and even NHL. Ladies and gentlemen, you are doing yourself a disservice by not trying the free, yes, you heard it, absolutely free 7-day trial that's in the app on both app stores, in the Apple and Android app stores. You don't even need a code. You just download, install, create an account, and you're off to the races. Watch your sportsbook accounts pile up and never deposit again. This game is gross. You may notice over here on the right that I literally don't have anybody pulled up as the player to watch because there's not many. Now, that's not to say that there aren't going to be good players, good performances to come out of this game. There's just nothing that's really jumping off the page at me this week. You've got Shedeur Sanders starting for the injured Dillon Gabriel. If I could speak, his name is Dillon Gabriel. He's not Illin Gabriel or injured Dillon Gabriel. He's Dillon Gabriel. Anyways, I think, honestly, give me the road team Browns here. I'll take the underdog. I don't mind the 3 points, but I don't think it's necessary. I'll just take it at a +150. Give me the Browns to win this game with Shedeur throwing up the watch thing. I just think that their defense gets it done. Probably not because of Shedeur. Two teams that I've talked about many times that don't know who they are. We've got the Jags and we've got the Arizona Cardinals. A nice healthy 47, and a half point spread in this game. I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars here, and I don't mind giving up 2.5 points. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if this game goes the other way. I think Bam Knight is a good option for a touchdown in this game, and you could probably look at the other running back, Travis Etienne, in this game. But these two teams are just unpredictable. All right. If you're going to tell me who comes out and plays better in this game, who plays up to their potential, and you just put the two at their very best with Jacoby Brissett being the quarterback, I will take the Jags, and that's what I'm banking on here. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Jags come out and play subpar, and it's the Arizona Cardinals that bring it, and they end up getting the win. But I'm taking the Jags. The Cowboys are not going to be able to hang with the Eagles. They're going to put up some points, but this Eagles defense is tough, even against a good offense like the Cowboys have. They're going to be coming off of a short week, the Cowboys are, and I know they have that home field advantage going into this game, but I don't think it's enough to get it done for them. Give me the Eagles, and I'll give up the 4.5 points here. And the player to watch, I think, is going to be Saquon Barkley. His usage has been coming up. He was really close to breaking off a couple of big runs against Detroit last week. I think he breaks off a big one this week against Dallas. And actually, as I say that, see, I wanted to look up his longest rush, but it's not out there. All we have is receiving yards. If you're using the app, you can take a look at this. You'll be able to scroll odds. You can look at his rush attempts per game and kind of move that around, and that'll change the filters above. But unfortunately, we are at the mercy of what odds are out there right now, and there is no longest rush prop out there, but I believe it'll probably be somewhere along the lines of 16, 17, 18 and a half. My guess is probably 17 or 18 and a half, and I'm fine with the higher on that. Welcome to the Kirk Cousins Show. Yes, Penix was ruled out for the season with a knee bruise and maybe MCL a little bit or something. It was a little unclear when I originally read it. It didn't seem that severe, so I'm surprised to hear that he's out for the season. Maybe they just want to be overly cautious. I don't know. I immediately jumped on to take a look at what this is, and this line is appropriately set. I'm not sure who's going to win this game. I'd like to think Kirk Cousins can get it done, especially as an underdog, but I don't really know how good I feel about it. For the sake of this video, I'm taking the Falcons. I'll just play him at the money line at a -104. I'm fine with that. The player to watch is going to be Bijan Robinson. The man looked great last week. Tyler Algier got into the end zone, like I said in my touchdown video that he would. Hope you guys tailed it. Bijan also got into the end zone and looked really good last week. I think they're going to have to lean on him. No Drake London this week. So you've got him, you've got Kyle Pitts, and you've got Tyler Algier. I'm taking Bijan to have a big, big game, and I don't mind his rushing plus receiving as well. The Rams at home prime time. I don't know. I think something tells me the Bucs get back at least Godwin and maybe Bucky Irving. The question is that enough to push them over the edge and to give them the boost they need to win this game? I'm not so sure. What I do like is the higher than 49.5 point total for this game. I think both of these offenses put up some points here in the dome. Nice and comfy, safe, prime time, under the lights. Puka Nacua. Devontae Adams might be banged up, but he probably will play. Matt Stafford's playing great. The Buccaneers need to win. They can't really afford to drop 2 in a row, although this is a tough schedule that they're finding themselves in right now, having to travel against Buffalo, lose that game. Now they got to travel to SoFi Stadium against the Rams. I'm taking the Rams here. I don't know how great I like the -6.5, although it's probably fine. You're probably going to find me teasing this down to a -2.5. And the player to watch is none other than Puka Nacua. Our confidence score, as high as this is, and even though this chart is ugly, he's only hit this in 1 out of his last 5 games at a 20% hit rate, averaging 69.4 receiving yards per game. Our confidence score still likes this. Right now, just the lean. I anticipate this moves as it usually does throughout the week. I like Puka to have a big game in this one. Last but certainly not least, we've got a banged up Bryce Young. I was watching that game this weekend, and poor Bryce Young was down on the ground, screaming or yelling and writhing in pain the entire time, just like rocking back and forth like Peter Griffin when he gets an injury, just like that the entire time. The poor guy got hit and was, I thought, injured for the game on like 5 or 6 different occasions, but to his credit, played through it, played a heck of a game. Now they get the pleasure of playing on Monday Night Football against the 49ers. Brock Purdy is back. I'm taking George Kittle. I'm looking at Kittle. I know touchdowns have been volatile, but I'm a degenerate at heart. I can't help myself. I've got to get some action on George Kittle to score a touchdown in this game. And I do think the 49ers get it done at home. -6.5 points is fine. Feel free to take them in your survivor pool or take them to win this game and put them with a couple of other selections that you like to cut that juice and build yourself out a nice parlay. Hope you like this video. Remember, try PropsBot.AI in both app stores completely free for 7 days using the link that I will pin in the comments below. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like this video. I have this A.J. Brown signed jersey I've been looking to give away for weeks. I'm going to be doing the giveaway. Just have to figure out what it is. Make sure you drop me a comment. Let me know how you want to win it, and I'll either pick or run people through a randomizer to give away a jersey to somebody. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of the week's videos.